Hello, everyone. Can you hear me okay? It's an honor and a pleasure to be here at this summit. I go to hundreds of conferences and conventions and speak all over, and this is the first time where I feel like I'm not really working. This feels so wonderful. I just feel validated. I feel like everyone's on the same page. I don't have to convince anyone. Everyone's speaking for me. It's so wonderful. I don't have to work very hard at all. It's been a vacation since I came back to San Diego early last week. I used to live here. My husband, Ed, and I lived in San Diego for about 15 years. During that time, we were just a couple hours away from Riverside, and where my sister lives, a sister-in-law, technically, but I call her my sister, and my 3 nephews. And ever since the youngest was only 2, they would come visit us for spring break and for 1 week during summer break. That was our way of having a wonderful time with kids, having a staycation, and giving my sister a little mini private vacation with her husband, because they never went anywhere. They were too busy, they had kids. So my husband and I would take some time off and take the kids all over. If you've been to San Diego for more than just a short visit, you know we have a lot to offer here. The zoo, Legoland, the beach. I taught all 3 boys how to boogie board and surf. You wouldn't know it if I saw me last Tuesday getting myself a goosebump. I had a worse accident surfing 4 days ago. But anyways, we had a great time with them. Water park, flying a kite, hanging out, playing games. And we made sure that during the week they were with us, they stuck to certain routines and responsibilities and consistently followed the rules in our house. I'd never been under the impression that you go to Auntie Shirin's and come back a different kid. We want to make sure the kids follow the same rules they follow in their own home. So when they go back, my sister-in-law would allow me to have them again. Sure enough, they did that about 8 years in a row. So we must have been very successful in keeping them very happy. One day, as we were going through the pictures with the kids at the end of their stay, just about maybe a day before the mom would come pick them up. She would always drop them off, go shopping, and then go back home, and then come back and pick them up. So one day, we were just going through some pictures and going through the adventures they had and reminiscing. And I asked the little one, Matthew, what was your favorite part? Looking at the pictures between the water park and the aquarium and SeaWorld and the beach and the zoo. And he said, you know, as he was sitting sort of cuddling on my lap, looking at the pictures, he says, I really like the way we always had dinner together. I don't mean just me and my 2 brothers. Just you, me, Uncle Eddie, and my brothers. Like we ate dinner together every night. Now you see, my husband wasn't able to take time off work every day the boys were with us. I took the whole day week off. But he had to work sometimes, and he would take the weekends off when they were there. And my husband just sort of looked at me, like, why is that a unique experience for the kid? And I totally understood. Parents are super busy. Don't get to have dinner with their kids every night. This is a special treat. So I told him, I said, dinner time is a very special time to Uncle Eddie and I. And we were so honored, Matthew, that you and your brothers were able to share that time with us. And then Danny, his older brother, sort of plumped down on the couch, stopped playing video games, and started looking at the pictures and said, you know, we always look forward to coming to visit here with you guys every year. And somehow, Ed and I knew they weren't just talking about the zoo and SeaWorld and the beach and boogie boarding. Growing up, my mom may have made a lot of mistakes, but bless her heart, she made sure, as a wonderful, wonderful mom that she was, that we had dinner together every night. We're a very busy family growing up. Somehow that woman, with everything on her plate, made sure we had dinner. It was a different time, I understand. But we had dinner together almost every night. No matter how short and brief it was sometimes, because Dad and Mom had benefits to go to, my sister and I had tons of homework to do, or we had different schedules, or how long, it was the quality that mattered. We had a ritual. We had certain rules. We had a way of knowing when dinner time started, when it ended. It was special. And we talked about everything and anything, or just didn't talk about anything at all. It didn't matter. We were still present. It was authentic time. It was a real blessing. And it wasn't always fun, because sometimes family dinners, family meetings followed dinner time, and sometimes that meant my sister and I had a talking to coming up, and we didn't look forward to that. But that wasn't the norm. The norm was Mom making sure that my sister and I felt valued, felt we were special enough somebody wanted to invest time and meal time with us. So from a very young age, I got just used to that. At the time, actually, sometimes I found it annoying because it was interfering with something I wanted to do with my friends. But no, it was dinner, family time. When I went to college, I actually started looking forward to coming home once every month or so to have dinner with family. Yeah, sure, I miss my mom's home-cooked meals, to be honest with you. But more than that, I love the fact that we got to catch up and talk, and I could find out what's going on with my sister's life now that I've been away for, a year. And I realized, and only then I realized, in my early 20s, not when I was growing up, that those family dinner times were having such a huge impact on not just who I was as a child, but who I was becoming as an adult. It was helping me build self-esteem at the time when I didn't even know what self-esteem was. It was helping my family and I bond together. It was helping me see how a husband and wife act towards each other. It was valuable beyond belief. Did I appreciate it when I was growing up? No, not even for a second. Your children will not appreciate it. Kids don't always appreciate it when they're growing up, these little quality nuggets of time, whether it's during vacation or a beautiful car ride or a moment you have in the park or family dinner rituals or morning routine. No, it's just a seed that every parent is planting for the future adult who will say, hey, someone invested time in me. Someone cared and valued me. And that's important, more than you'll ever know as a busy parent. As a parent strategist, I don't coach. I don't tell parents what to do. I don't tell them what they've done wrong. And I don't even begin to assume I know what it feels like to be a parent. My husband and I have been together almost 19 years, and we decided from early on that he will support me to dedicate all my life, career, personal, professional, everything, to other people's kids and their families. He knew that was my passion, and I told him, if you want kids, you may want to choose someone else. And when the time comes, I may want to have kids, I don't know. But at this time, I am so devoted to other people's children and their lives and their families. And when I founded Create Happy Kids a few years ago, it was out of necessity because I was providing home-based, one-on-one parent coaching, and I kept hearing the same story over and over, and I kept hearing the same complaint from parents about feeling alone, like they were the only ones going through this situation in their lives. When I started doing more workshops and seminars, when they got together and I would ask, anyone has a question, a hand would go up. They would ask a question, I would notice 10 other hands had gone up too. I would answer the question and go, okay, who had the next question? I saw other hands go up earlier, and they all started giggling. I had the same question. I never had to convince parents they weren't alone anymore. They knew, they felt it in the room, that their questions were common, their concerns were universal. My message for creating happy kids is universal. and just between you and me, is about creating happy parents. So I call myself a parent strategist because I strategize with parents to trust their own skills, be more consistent with what they're doing right, so they actually see results, not give up, be persistent, accept the fact that they know their kids best. Nobody else does that like you do, and your kids know that, and they appreciate that. And I just strategize with them to use the tools that I know as a neuropsych, trained as a neuropsych major and getting my doctorate in behavior science as a behavior scientist, knowing what behavior modification strategies work best, rooted in positive reinforcement for all ages between 2 and 12, which is what the foundation of behavior management and most of the issues and concerns are for parents. So I focus my practice on just that. I left the clinical world, though, because I got too busy with all the speaking engagements and the writing and workshops and seminars and conferences and conventions and doing all the marketing for Create Happy Kids. So I will go back to the clinical world one day. But right now, I don't do anything clinical, and I'm not coaching. All I do, I strategize with parents. I pass the message along in the workshops and classes that I do that are free for parents, because the PTAs usually sponsor me. And I make sure they have 3 to 5 very helpful tools, practical tools, just like my book is. My book is designed so every chapter can be read in less than 20 minutes, because no mom has more than that. It's a blessing if they have 20 minutes in a week. So no chapter is more than 10 pages long. And since I'm a slow reader, I'm on average about 20 minutes per chapter. You might take less time. It's an easy read. You should be able to take one tool out of that chapter, use it that day, and see results right away. That's how the book is designed for parents. And now for the practical part. What are those tools to help you create the ritual around dinner time, to organize out of respect for the theme of our group, so you can have more quality, authentic, real bonding time with your loved ones at dinner table and enjoy it. Here are 5 really quick, easy suggestions so you can create a ritual for what I call a sacred time. I believe dinner time should be sacred. You dress your best to go to your synagogue or your church or your mosque. Model and encourage children to wash up and dress, comb their hair, and wear the better shirt to come to dinner. So here are 5 suggestions. Number 1, like any ritual, some parameters are helpful. I believe that setting a parameter about no cell phones, no TV for just 15 to 20 minutes. Most average meal times don't take more than that, unfortunately. But start with that, 15 to 20 minutes. No TV, no cell phones, no nothing, no electronics. These are not in a specific order. Number 2, plan ahead. Make a simple meal plan. Don't make it complicated. This is just to reduce your stress as a dad or a mom. Make it simple. Keep the stress low. Plan ahead. Number 3, create a routine. Make sure you have dinner and family knows that you're having dinner at exactly what time and what day. Please don't shoot for the star. Don't go for every night of the week. Start with 1 night a week, or maybe 2 nights a week, like Tuesdays and Saturdays is family time, whatever. You choose what fits your family. And number 4, make it special your own way. Maybe you want to pray for 30 seconds before the meal. Maybe you want to light a candle. Maybe you want to play some music since the TV's off. Make it special for your family. Number 5, most importantly, have fun. Smile, be present, make eye contact. That's why we say no cell phones. And relax. After all, it's only 20 minutes. And I can't be the only one who believes your family deserves 20 minutes of investment in your children and your future, because it's sacred. Thank you.